support is totally all namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have, you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos are uplifting, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Um, I am finally going live. It's been like almost close to 3 years since the last time I did that. I'm going to go ahead and allow, people to go ahead and drop messages while I'm doing my video, but I need y'all to be very respectable, and that's the reason why I cut off my chats before and just allow it just to come up on allowing y'all to interact with me while I'm doing my video. So you can go ahead and, post your chats there. Um, Let me see, all chats are visible, so I was trying to make sure I had the settings on there right. But love selectively, being selective on what you're selecting. So it is, hey, how are you doing? How you doing, Roxana? I hope you're doing good today. Thanks for stopping by. It's just like we're going through all these different we're all making these different changes in our lives that we can truly appreciate. We're learning so much from different things that is taking place in our life that is giving us growth. It's nice to do a chat with you too, Annie. It's been a minute since I've done this in a long time. I think it was right when you first subscribed to me, since the last time I've done that. But we're all going through these different changes of phases in our lives where it's allowing us to step out of our comfort zone, which I am doing today. That's why I said I'm gonna go ahead and do crazy. It was some racist stuff going on, and I said I'm not having it. This is my channel. Yes, it's been a year. Yes, you've been with me for a minute, and I'm through these different things. It's allowing me to sit up here and step out my comfort zone, allowing myself to be, doing things that, can be scary at times, but that's how you allowing yourself. Go ahead, Roxanne, go ahead and put it in here. Like I said, y'all interacting with me, long as it's, respectable and straight out, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it is a crazy time, but these are all the things that we're learning from. We're going through change. We want to change the world, but we have to be able to start with ourselves first. We have to see the things that has been holding us back. We have to be able to understand why certain things has taken place in our lives, why certain people have been taken out of our lives, and just still being able to move forward. This is that time for you to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. We don't need other different people to be able to have to maneuver everything for us in life. It's always good to have help every once in a while, but we can't be putting that on a factory default. We have to be able to allow ourselves to say, okay, we have these different things that's taking place in our life. How do we go about them? You're being very selective about what you're doing, being very selective about the energy that you're allowing yourself to invest in. All these different things are taking place in our life that, it can put you in a setback. It can put you in a dark place, but these are all where you're getting your growth from. Even through the traumatic situations you may be constantly finding yourself in, those are blessings in the skies, because it's allowing you to say, are you going to allow yourself to stop your growth because of something somebody else is doing, or a situation that you may not be able to change? No, you shouldn't be able to do that. You have to keep on moving, because I guarantee you, if it's somebody that's doing stuff, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing to try to distract you. So you shouldn't stop to doing what you need to do to appreciate that distraction to keep you from moving. What did it say? LOL, it's hard then when we can be proud. Yeah, you can be proud, but there's times where we're always, needing that time. If you can contact me here, Roxanne, I'm sorry. I always leave my information in the description box, so go ahead and try to hit me up on one of those, those things. I'm not giving out my number. And first, let me tell this, I'm not talking about you, Roxanne, but there's been people emailing me telling me that they want me to tell you, you know, you want to let me hear your story or about your situations that you're going through, and that is quite fine. But I'm not giving out my personal number or anything like that. There's only a few people that have my number like that, and I've known them for a good minute. I'm very helpful and I'm very giving, but I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, but if I'm giving you my contact information in the description box, use one of those because I'm not giving out my personal information. Okay. You said, what do you think the best way is to reach people after we can see the illusions? Just by speaking your truth. You already know you're a content creator. Um, and you speak through your truth. You be all in heart. You know, there's gonna be some people that are not going to like what you say because your gifts, it can disrupt something. So you have to be proactive in those different things that are taking place in your life. Annie I says, hey Roxana. Yeah. It's like I comment on posts and the ones that don't agree with something just laugh at my point. You know what? I've had that so many times, Roxana. You don't even have to worry about that. You're not the only one. Hey, what is I pronounce your name? I'm gonna just say Cologne. Much love to you from Jersey. I haven't been to Jersey in a minute. I got family and friends up in Pierce Amboy as well as in Patterson, Elizabeth City. So much love to you. Yeah, it's just that there's gonna be times where you sit up here and you're gonna piss people off. I was on, like, it was like one of those celebrity type things, videos they had on YouTube, and I just spoke my truth, and it was about 4 or 5 people that had the same kind of comment I had, but I was the only one where they went in on me. I'm like, you act like you know these people. You have an opinion just like everybody else. Your opinion and my opinion is not going to stop them from doing, what they needed to do. But yeah, just allow yourself to not even be bothered. I was on a meditation and somebody told me to shut the F up. All I did is use emojis and start busting out laughing like this person don't really have nothing to do, because it wasn't nothing that they did that, but I noticed they did that on a very few others. And yeah, listen to your gut. Your instincts will be able to tell you different things. It says, my opinion is my opinion. It's okay as long as it's respectable. Yes. Yes. Don't allow somebody's ego to stop you from speaking your truth. A lot of people just not going to appreciate it. There's going to be some people that are going to admire you for that. And there's going to be some people that's going to really hate you for that. But you have to keep on going. Don't allow what their situation, on what they want to reflect towards you, stop you from being who you are. And if you know you're speaking in your truth and you're speaking, towards positive intentions, don't even worry about it. You keep doing, percolating in your magic. That's all you can basically do. Yeah, it's just allow yourself to go. I know I know you've been doing it. You haven't done it as long as I have, but I know you've been doing it long. Just stay in your truth, Roxana. Don't allow people, even if they come at you. That's why I always tell people when they're doing their own channel. If you haven't been doing it for a while, allow yourself to have your settings on your comments. You hold them off for review first before they can come out, because there are sometimes people will come at you really stupid and want a negative bandwagon to go ahead and go within them. And I always tell them, go ahead and hold that for review, because you're the only one who's going to see that. You can either delete it, block that person, and keep on moving. And that's all you have to do. But allowing yourself to be very selective on where your energy is. There's so many different people, like I've said, they're emailing me and saying, ooh, what's your sun sign? Or what is your astrological sign on sun rising and sun moon setting? I'm not about to give you all that. I don't even like it when people do tarot cards on me. Number one, you have to ask somebody's permission before you do that. Very, very, so you got to be selective. You got to be, and I always tell people, don't do that. Don't do that. That is so rude. And then if you can sit up here and connect with me on Messenger, you could have put that on Messenger. Don't be putting no information you don't read up on me without my permission. And then I've learned so many different things. I've been very selective. Be very discerning as well as mindful about how I project things. Sometimes people come at me crazy. Half the time I say something, sometimes I don't. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, and just keep it moving. Or there's a lot of times where I just don't even react at all. And a lot of times you have to be that person that chooses to not react to everything that's been taking place in your life, because that's when you know that people are, that's how they know they're getting an action out of you. And when they're doing that, they're knowing that you're getting a reaction, they're going to keep on doing it. Just like the other day, prime example, when I was doing a video about being able to know when there's people in your life that know it's done so much damage to you, and you choose to not retaliate when you have every reason to, that's the most positive thing that you can show, and that's reflecting your strength. And you know that video got flagged. It was all because of somebody didn't like what I was saying. And I be try to be as positive know how. And that was the first time I've ever had that happen. But you know, I laughed that off and kept going, because if I would have known that person, and I already pretty much know who it was, but it was just at that point, if I allowed that to happen, they would know that was the key potent on trying to trigger me. That would be that key potent on them trying to stop me from what I'm doing that's going to be positive towards my life. And I wasn't going to allow that to happen. But I appreciate what they did, because they allowed me to know, be very extra selective about those things. Because even though it can be flagged, it can always be put back up as well. You know, so you have to allow it, just don't do it. Or it's allowing you, you know, because sometimes our ego can get in the way and want to sit up here and have the last word, or go back and forth towards somebody that's, you know, just doing that just because they have nothing else better to do. You know, those ones they call, you know, quote unquote Karens. You know, they always, let me speak to your supervisor and stuff like that. And you don't need all that in your life. You know, that's just too much. There's just way too much. You don't need that. And that's where you're, you know, you're being very selective about that. You, if you already see people's energy is like that, there's some times where y'all have left comments, and I know not everybody has a good day all the time. You could be going through some things that can really be slowing you down, and I get that. You know, we always have that little rut that keeps us in certain things at a time. And you know it is, Eddie. It makes sense. It helps, and I'm constantly overwhelmed recently, but I have to control. You don't. Yeah, I know a lot of things. See, I don't know what your whole situation is. I don't know if it's still the same thing that you were telling me about, but you know, we always have that bad patch that is going to, you know, is going to give us that supercharge to be able to overcome these things and, you know, triumph towards those things. We're all conquerors in everything that has taken place in our life. And a lot of times we feel like we don't have that strength to be able to, you know, maneuver around certain things or overcome them. And you always do. You always do. It may take you a minute, but don't be hard on yourself just because of that. You know, you have to be able to keep it moving. You have to allow yourself to keep, you know, just being able to be straightforward about things, being very selective. If you see that there's somebody in your life that every time that you are being around them, they are just really draining the life out of you. They're not adding to it, but they're subtracting from it. Hey, your own business TV, much love to you. Hey, fam, I hope all is well. You know, we're going through these different things in life, but you know, if you, even when it, how do you keep it up? Like, get out of it. You try. I mean, you have to be able to just cut them cords. That's all you can do. If it's a karmic situation where, you know, no matter what, try to do, what door you go out of, it's going to be like a groundhog day and you get right back into that situation. There's something from that situation that you still need to learn. And at times, yes, this is trying your patience, but this is also allowing you to be able to teach yourself on patience. You know, everything is having a reason for you to be in it. If it's like a karmic relationship, it's coming at you, and it can be that person that is just totally negative, trying to, you know, get you out of your comfort zone of peace, allowing them to trigger you. These are the things that's breaking you away from those old habits and old patterns that needs to take place, because there's a lot of things where you don't have to be able to say anything back. You know, and I know it's a scary situation when people are in type of situations like that. It can be emotionally abusive, mentally, verbally, sexually abusive, or even physically. Now, if it's physically, you need to be able to remove yourself, because you don't need to be that type of one that's being heard up on the six o'clock news. Well, my narcissism ex we have two kids. I left, but crap, it's still hard. Yes, it's still hard. But if you are in that blessing, Annie, where you don't have to live, breathe, sleep by that man, and even under the roof with him, that's more of a blessing than a hindrance. That's allowing you to be able to heal, be able to recover, you know, because that's a blessing that you were able to get out of situations like that. That's that time for you to evolve your life on how you see fit. You know, get yourself out of those habits where, you know, it had you kind of closed off, when you were dealing with situations like that. It's like with my situation, I've dealt with narcissistic behavior. I was raised within it. I've dated it a couple of times. And when I say I appreciate every one of those situations because it gave me strength in unknown ways that I never seen coming. I appreciate that. There's so many days I don't talk bad about my ex. I don't do that no more. I don't even do it, but I say I appreciate those situations that he has allowed me, basically not allowed, he didn't allow me, but allowed me to see within myself the things that I allowed to take place where I know I should have loved myself more. I appreciate all those things because from those situations, from him, my ex family members that I no longer talk to, those are the things that gave me strength that I never knew I was going to ever be able to have, because this opened me up to a platform on what I'm doing now because of those things that I went through. And when I know that it can bring a positive impact in somebody's life, hey, that lets me know everything I went through was not in vain. Everything that I were raised up in narcissistic, parental growth, or whatever you want to call it. You've been exposed to those things. And a lot of times we don't realize, when we feel like that's a normal pattern, we don't realize that there's sometimes you don't have to be narcissistic to have narcissistic vibes. And I try to tell people that's two different things. When you allowing yourself to see, oh, maybe I'm projecting these towards my kids, because I did do that with my kids. And then I had to allow myself to really shake off of that because I did not know those things weren't normal. I was exposed to that wholeheartedly. And now it's just like, there are situations that is presenting itself to me where I can sit up here and clap back all day and say, ha ha, this is what you get. You deserve this. No, I don't need to do that, because that's allowing me to know I'm still stuck in that 3D vibe. I'm still stuck in that vengeance vibe. I'm still stuck in that resentment vibe. And I'm not even about that. No matter what, people have wished death on me so many times, try to do whatever they can do to shut me down, but I'm still sending blessings towards you, because right now, more than ever, karma is on her way. Karma is on her way. So you need to be able to push out everything positive, even when people wish you everything, they wish you bad. Allow yourself to wish blessings, because that's not on that level you even want to be at. Not everybody is like that. So, this is true. I had to have a big reminder 2 months ago, and oh yes, uh, so yes, it's hard. Yes, it is hard. I was like, I love to what is like love to everyone. And oh, okay, in the chat, yes, karma has been here for real. You're seeing the things that's taking place in your life. You already know. And what video I was supposed to be doing when you have got those, or just laughed at you during your suffering, took happiness within the pain that you endured. And for those things, everything that's being pushed out that they constantly did is coming back to them in ways that you're going to be able to see it, and the ones you don't be able to see it. But it's coming. But just like everything may not be going exactly the way you want it to, it redirected you towards something that was bigger and better. Because maybe you wanted something that you really were manifesting, you just don't realize that was so mediocre to the things that's about to be presented to you in your life. And those are the things you have to keep on. Even when your stuff don't seem that clear, it's going to be clear to you to a certain extent, because there's still learning you need to do. There's still growing that you need to do, that is going to bring blessings of many milestones for you. So don't allow somebody's negativity to affect you in your growth. Because if that's the case, it is just showing you, a lot of times universe sends that towards you to see, is that person ready for what I'm about to present to them? I want to see if there's a person that's going to come to them and just rock their world just with a negative vibe or a negative comment. you know are they going to allow themselves to pull back from that? Or are they going to allow themselves to stand up for themselves and say, you know what, this ain't even on me? This is not even on my, is this energy that they're trying to present to me is going to apply towards my growth? Yes, by you not responding. Yes, by you to keep moving. Yes, by you to keep growing and learning. That's how you learn. And it's just like everything that you are working hard for is being presented through the different difficulties that is a weakness towards you. Yes, it's like you will get over fear. It's like it to get over fear to me. Yes, all these different things are taking place, and I'm telling you, it's giving you growth and blessing in disguise. Right now we're all working on our truth, which is being projecting towards the lockdowns that we're having through the what is it, the pandemic, the quarantines and all this, because it's allowing you to work on yourself on many layers, many forms that needed to take place in your life. You know what your strengths are, you know what your weaknesses are. For you to be able to acknowledge your strengths of your weaknesses gives you a lot of strength, because you're admitting, oh, it's so, Annie, I know you French. It is okay. Oui, BB. Okay. I already know it's all right. I knew what you were saying. I was just trying to read it at first. I'm not used to doing the live chat and trying to read other people's comments. But you, like I said, you know, your weak spots. You know what your strengths are, but you have to understand through these cycles of change, you're gonna have to you are going to be tested with your weaknesses just to see if it's still a weakness. You have heard the targeted. Yes, I made videos about the targeted individuals. It's just a lot of people like CB, the guy who was doing all the different stuff about having cure for cancer and all that. Nipsey Hussle, God rest his soul. When he started talking about he wanted to do a documentary or a docu series, and all of a sudden, as soon as that happened, a couple of weeks later, he's gunned down in front of his own store. Or Jussie Smollett, that hate crime. I remember I was having visions about that. It was a blessing when I met him in 2015, and ever since I knew he was like our part of it. Yeah, I think, Roxanne, it says targeted individuals. You'll see CB, the Dr. CB, and you'll see Nipsey Hussle on it. I think that's what it's called, the targeted individuals, but you can look it up. And I was talking about those different things that was taking place. It was with that situation. I really don't feel Jussie Smollett did those things that they claim he did, but it was like he was used for an example, just like CB was. I don't know what happened. I remember I read up on it. He was supposed to be going to court, and next thing you know, they found him dead in front of the courthouse and stuff like that, when it was coming out to his herbal remedies and stuff like that. And even Lisa Left Eye Lopez, if anybody remembers that group, the group TLC, she just so happened to be talking about CB. And the next thing you know, not even a day went past and she was dead into a car accident. So yes, I do believe in those targeted individuals. There's different things. Even my dad spoke on, chemicals. What are those things? Those chemtrails. That's what I was talking about. Then next thing you know, people will start talking about those different things. There's a lot of people, when they speak too much truth, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people do not like that. you know um so it's just, you have to allow yourself to keep going. If it's your time, it's your time. You can't stop what is meant to happen. When she was doing her Roxanne, when she was doing her documentary right before she had passed, she was talking about Dr. CB herself, talking about when she was doing, I think she was going through holistic, I think that's how you pronounce it, different healing that she was, because she was fighting her own demons as well. And she was talking about how Dr. CB's stuff was very, very powerful and stuff like that. And she was talking about her docu series. I think you if you can find it, you'll hear her talk about Dr. CB. And it was like the next day or two after that, she got into that car wreck, and that's when she passed away. So yeah, it's like what when it's like wait, oh okay, she's kind of known she was attacked. Yeah, we all do. And it's a lot of times that is that even with, who is it, Triple X Extension, he was a targeted individual. He was already talking about how his life wanted, if I died, this and this and this and that, I want people to be known as this, I was known as that. And that's when you knew he is very powerful. It's like I've had visions of him as well, where I knew, I was telling my daughter, like, that's not even my type of genre of music or that age. Like, I like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, even though I don't really listen to her, or Nicki Minaj. That's not around my era, but those are my kids' era. But then there was so many different things I was telling her about. Jase, I think that's his name, Jase, that I told her he was being reincarnated, like he was getting his second chance, but he's gonna come back in a different form. And then she was just like, "So what are you trying to tell me?" And this is like right before his girlfriend came out saying she was pregnant. I said, well, he's saying he's going to be a rebirth. He already had his wings that quick. He knew he was going to die, but he just didn't know it was going to happen in that form. So next thing you know, she came back and called me like about a week or two later, Mom, that's creepy about what you said about Jase. And I said, what do you mean? And then she was just like, well, his girlfriend just came out saying she was pregnant. I said, I guarantee you it's going to be a little boy. And then, a few weeks down or a couple of months back, right after that, she found out it was. That maybe she didn't have any protection. They were able to harm her. Yeah. And it's like, it's a freaking video. He knew to, yeah, it was. With her, it is just like she knew she was going through that, that situation where she was talking before her time. She knew it was going to happen, but she just didn't know. She was the way it was shown is just because she was driving in Honduras. She knew if she was in the States, that wouldn't have happened the way it happened. But everything happens the way it happens for a reason. She's part of the 1044. She is, as well as Triple X is, CB, Nippy Hustle, all these different people, even George Floyd, they're a part of that 44. They're being used as an example. Their videos are being posted where even though it's very unjust, it's very, gives people an uproar, but they were chosen to be able to do these things because everything that is taking place with these people's lives being snatched away the way it were. If you notice that all positive things came after that negative destruction. If you ever, it's like it's sad that all these people had to die the way they died because it was very senseless. But then you see how a lot of people came into, the marches. George Floyd, there was a whole bunch of people marching, protesting, saying they can't breathe, having different things on their hats, their shirts. You seen him for a good minute. Now all these people are dying left and right, where it's like a lot of people are coming together on being selective about what they feel like is unjust for everybody. Now all of these people are coming together from different walks of life, no sexual orientation, everything is coming together. So it's like the devil's using that as a distraction, but God and universe is also using that for us to come together and being able to present everything with love. Now there's going to be a lot of different things, devil and God goes hand in hand. The same thing devil sends to you to distract you, God and universe will use it to be able to help you and uplift you at the same time. So all these different people are being taken out, but there was a positive cause that happened after that negative circumstance. So it's like you're always having a choice to be able to choose, even at times where it choose not to. What do you think about the 1044? Very powerful. I did videos on those too. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but there's a lot of things that, the 1044 is coming into play, and it's been into play for a long time. It is like there's a lot of things being put on Front Street, especially about celebrities. You've seen the sex trafficking and stuff like that. If you ever look at the characteristics of the things for the 1044, their life and death is being placed on display. The righteous is becoming, the unjust is becoming, into the light. The righteous is being shown. There's people that, were paying to get their kids in these prestigious colleges. And next thing you know, now you see them about to go to jail just like the average folk. It's all the play that's coming down. They're woke people, let me say that. Woke people are able to decipher what's taking place. A lot of times they want to call us crazy or whatever, but so did they die? What do you mean, Roxanne? They died. Everybody goes through a circle of life. They died, but they transformed into something more powerful. For whatever is going on, taking place that we have not faced yet, because there are so many intense things that's taking place before whatever this is about to present itself to us, is being set up. All these people that are dying, that are a part of the 1044, they just formed into a more positive being. Yeah. So it's just like everything that is taking place, it's just like if we lose a loved one, it is like it's a circle of life, but if there's love there, it'll never die. It just transforms. It takes another shape. It takes another entity. They can take away the flesh, but they can't take away the spirit. And all these different things are taking place for a reason, for a positive change. That change is being reflected. If you notice, I remember I was watching Leah video, and she's a part of the 1044 as well as Kobe and Gigi. They're all that part of that too. And you see how all that hit us at that time when Kobe and Gigi passed away. I remember the day before she had passed, I was telling y'all about a video that it's going to be a connection, a big thing connected with a daughter. I mean, not a daughter, but a child and a parent. And I didn't know what I was seeing, but it just shook me to where, my dad came to me in spirit saying, baby, don't do a video today. You can't. And I was wondering why he said that. And then the next thing you know, I'm looking on Facebook and seeing that Kobe's, airplane had crashed. But if you notice, when Aaliyah died, Aaliyah was born in January. She passed away in August. On that weekend, not even a few weeks later, the Trade Center situation happened, 9/11. If you notice that somebody that's very, I don't want to say very powerful or whatever, that has a heavy influence on people, that people really love them and admire them in so many different ways, it just seems like a tragedy hits right after that. Now it's just like with Chadwick Boseman, the one who played in Panther, and his cancer and stuff. That was a messed up situation. I was, I guess, 26, 27, or it was like between 26 and 28 of 2001. Next thing you know, 9/11 happened. Not even a few weeks later, it had 9 people on that jet. Next thing you know, you see Kobe Bryant. His birthday is in August, but he died in January on a weekend with 9 people on that helicopter. Next thing you know, the COVID popped up. That's some deep stuff. That's very deep. That's very deep. I don't know what that connection has to do with Kobe had passed away. Us as empaths that didn't even really know Kobe except just being a basketball player, but not knowing how heavily he influenced a lot of people. We were even bothered just by that situation, because it was like before that happened, I told my friend, as soon as I said that, I got chills like crazy. But it I told her there's somebody's going to pass away, and it's going to be very brutal, because there's going to be a lot of witnesses that seen this, and this in the making. There's so many different things that's taking place. Paul Walker, he's one as well. You know, and it's just like a lot of things is influencing us to where it's sad that it has to take a tragedy for all of us to come together like that as in one. It says you look at a number in general. I'm a numbers person anyway. I hate being that way. I'm a numbers person. I'll look up, like right now there's 5 people and there's 6 likes, 11, and you're seeing that. So it's just a lot of different things. Or you think when you overcome things, it changes you also. Something dies to make place for the new one you. Yep, you're going through an instant rebirth. We're all going through that right now. It takes a tragedy for us to wake up. How do you feel? It's like for us going through our spiritual awakening, it took something traumatic. It took something traumatic for us to be able to start on our spiritual awakening. It took something of truth that had to be very disturbing to us for us to be able to walk on our path. That excuse me, y'all. That you had to be able to acknowledge something in your life that was not true. It was all of illusion to you. You were focused on different things. It's like with my situation. If you've been with me for a while, you know what situation I was placed in, and that was so, so, so tragic. I still deal with that every day because of who my father is. But I choose to allow that same energy that I know he doesn't want me to waste on sadness and stuff like that to make myself become so much stronger. And that's the only thing. I appreciate every tragedy I went through. The only thing, if I could turn back time, is just to make sure my dad was still here. I could have been there when all those different things is taking place within his death. I feel like that was a murder as well. But everything is not what it seems to be. It started when I choose me. Yeah, 3 years ago. That's what it is. When you allow yourself to put yourself first, because a lot of times with us being empaths, we put so many people's happiness on Front Street while we throw ours in the back burner. We give so much love out to other people and lack on giving love towards ourselves. These are the things that you ever mentioned who he was. Who you're talking about, Roxana? Who is he? I don't. Go ahead and type me back, because I don't know which one you're talking about, because I just don't spoke about different people. So but yeah, but all going through these different things in our life. My dad's Prince Rogers Nelson, Roxana. I really just don't talk about those situations. I just, I always tell people just to go back and look at the videos I talk about from the things that has taken place in my life for me to start. And he was the reason why I started those things for, him. And it's just like a lot of people, they find out who my father is, and they either start want to get very personal to block, or they just stop talking to me. I'm like, hey, I appreciate the experience, but that's not going to stop me from doing what I need to do. This situation. Yeah, it's like, cool, keep up creative energy. Yes, most definitely. I always share that with other people as well. We all have a path of purpose in our lives, that we're igniting so many positive things in our lives. Yes, we deal with negative circumstances all the time, but it's how you choose to go about it. If it's something that you can maneuver over that, then do that. You do it wholeheartedly. You go all in for it. If there are certain things that you can't change from that, allow yourself to be able to maneuver around that, but appreciate what that setback has taught you. Appreciate what that failure of circumstances taking place in your life, that you can truly appreciate you know so it's just like all these different things is taking place. You're all speaking in your matter of truth. There are going to be people that are going to clap back at you. There are going to be people that are lashing out at you, and that's how you're going to know that your gift of purpose is starting to kick in. Thank you, Annie. You'll know that because when you're becoming one with your spirit, you're becoming one in your power of power. When you're allowing yourself to embrace everything that is taking place in your life, there will be a lot of disrupted sleepers. That's spiritual oppression. That's what you're going through. I go through it too. When your light is going on to the next thing, there's going to be a lot of people that choose to want to stay asleep. That's fine, but that don't need to stop you from what you're doing. That's the things that supposed to motivate you to keep on going. Like right now, it's been almost close to 3 years before I did a live chat. I was having racist situations coming at me left and right, but I'm just like my sister love. She had said, Roz, you need to go ahead and interact with them, because I know this will bring more people out to want to talk socially. It's all of us being able to talk amongst each other, and that will bring attention towards that. It's like, I need to sleep. No, you need to sleep, but stay wide awake. you know. But yeah, you're going through all these different things in your life, for a reason. Yes, we all have been stuck with hard times. Who haven't? We all have had days where we try to stay positive and then some negative crap gets placed on your life. But that shouldn't stop you from being you. That shouldn't stop you from being true to yourself. Allowing yourself to keep moving, growing, learning. You're learning from these mishaps that happens in your life, because those are the blessings in the sky. Like right now, I'm terrified as hell to go on live feed, and people are like, Rosa, how are you able to do videos like that? It's like talking video chat. Just got to be, it's just I'll be truthful, but I'm also very discerning on what I say, because I don't want to offend anybody. But a lot of times my truth does offend, and that's not the purpose I was doing. But if it, your it triggered your ego, that was letting you know there was something that you need to heal. Because as soon as people find out who my father is, either I've been called a liar. I mean, it's not gonna matter to me. It's not gonna change my experience of my situation. I got receipts to back my stuff up, or I've been called crazy. It's okay. I'm crazy in my knowledge, but that's all good to the matter. It's not gonna change my narration of my story that I've experienced in my life. It's nice to hear it from someone else. Yes, yes. Yes, live chats can be rough, but you see, I'm doing it right now, Roxanne. And you probably need to go ahead and do yours as well. Being able to speak your truth. There's actually some stuff that is, the settings is like, if somebody comes at you on here, you can always block that comment, or go report them as well. Your truth, nobody else's business. Yeah, that is. Yeah. And you were so right. Your truth is your truth. It doesn't have to be everybody's business. Being here and being an open book, that's hard, because you're allowing other people to judge your life, even though it's up to you what you want to validate. You validate yourself. When you love yourself and there's no enemy inside, outside energies can't bother you. We're all going through a growth. It is hard at times. Sometimes she is right, Annie. Roxanne, Annie said you were right. It is very hard when you have to have people that, you know, wrongly want to dictate towards you. Instead of bringing towards your growth, they want to set you back, you know, and that's okay, because it's like the things that they send to you that wants to set you back ends up being a big growth for you, and you have to be able to see that. So I'm dealing with a narcissistic right now. Thank you for your videos. I'm a Heyoka. I don't think Annie has a channel. At least she does. She didn't tell me about it. No, she's Annie's been on my channel for a long time that I've been she's like, run, hun. It's like Annie said, run, hun. Yes, you need to run, get out of that. Well, no, don't run. You got to face that facts, heal from it, and then you'll be able to part ways. Because Kanisha, if you're in a situation like that, you know, you can't run from those things. That's your karmic cycle where you're needing to heal from that narcissistic. If you notice that a lot of empaths deal with a lot of narcissistic people. If they're not sociopaths, psychopaths, they're narcissists. You know, either you're raised by them or you're dating them or you're related to them, one of the thing. um and at Roxana Kanisha, I think I hope I pronounced your name right. She said, hey, Roxana said, hey, yeah, you need a preparation. You need to have your game plan. You know, write your goals down. What you write down on your goals, it can make reality. When you break them down, you know, that's allowing you to step forth in your plan. You know what you want to do. You know what you've been trying to manifest in your life, but you have to be able to work on yourself while you're trying to work on those goals as well. So, but y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and start another video. I'm gonna end this one because I'm still tired. I've been running. This is my 8th day straight doing videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and start another one. If you want to, you're welcome to join in. I'm gonna just start a different segment. This one's almost close to 45 minutes long. So I do enjoy the fact is that that okay, Sandra, you just, hey, I'm gonna start another video, and right after I finish this one, give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and edit this one and send it out, and then make sure y'all come back and chime with me at least about, give me about 8 to 10 minutes. But you'll get this, keep your eye on your notifications, okay? And we can go ahead and start another conversation. It's like, thank you, Annie. Oh my girl, yes, eighth, not no, not 8th video. This is my 8th day doing videos because I just finished my 2 IG videos that I did on my live story, and then I did this one, and then if not, you know, I haven't did my podcast, and I usually do those every day within my what is it, my YouTube, then do my podcast, and then I do my IG live videos as well. That's why I always tell people link up with me there. It's just like advice. These are what universe wants me to talk about, but these are my advice from my experiences that I've experienced. So I try to have everything different. So it's all up on a different on the same platform as talking about you know, Heyokas and the things that we struggle with on the daily, the things that we're healing from as well. So but yeah, let me go ahead and edit this one, and I will be yeah, I'll see you in 10, Roxanne. I'm gonna go ahead and send this one out to my other platforms, my social media platforms, and I'm gonna go ahead and start a whole new video. So I'll see you on my next one. Much love to you. Like and subscribe, hit my notification bell, share, tell somebody about the channel, drop a line. I would love to be able to talk to you. And connect with me on IG as well as Twitter. You know, I podcast on both of those social media sites as well, so you can be able to get those things down. These are the videos, and you know, and I have the audios as well. Much love to you. Peace and be wild.